How's it going, everyone? It's Justin with MyManJustin's Collectible Emporium, and I'm your man for Pokemon cards, card analysis, and Pokemon investment consulting. Today I just wanted to do a video about the various ways that you can go about collecting. And the great thing about it is that it's really individualistic, and there's many different avenues in which you can take to collect Pokemon cards. There's the ways where you can just collect by set and collect complete sets, but there's also more diverse ways to do it as well. So I just wanted to highlight a few of those, and also I wanted to highlight some cards that are kind of middle of the road, rare holo cards that aren't as common to see. They're not especially like crazy flashy cards, but nonetheless they're really nice cards for collections, and they also highlight the type of Pokemon that people like to collect. And that's another way that people can collect too, is by the Pokemon specifically. But one way I'm going to highlight ways that people can collect is by collecting shiny Pokemon. So here I'm just going to show off a bunch real quick. So here we have the Platinum era shiny cards. So we have the Shinx and the Bagon with the shiny color variations on them, and it was cool because they released those just like a few per set. They did the same thing in the black and white era where there was just a few released per set, and especially that Gardevoir, it's really nice looking card, very majestic, and it's a pretty expensive card, about $100. And then also they did it in the Call of Legends set, which is around the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. You can see that here. Now also in other sets, like this one, it's not actually even part of a subset, but as you can see, that Palkia is pink, which is the variation, the shiny variation. And then also, as you can see with this Rayquaza, this is the black Rayquaza, and it is the shiny version that is also, not part of any specific subset, but it's just kind of thrown in there with XY promos. So I think it'd probably look really cool to have a set of all these cards, all the black and white shinies, all the platinum shinies, all the heart gold, soul silver shinies, and then all the shinies in between, like that shiny Rayquaza. And another way to collect is to collect full holo bleeds, and some of these can be really impressive. I got a few that are just total covered in holo bleed. I'm going to move the camera so I can try to get the angle. So as you can see here, the holo pattern totally covers the whole card, and that's because behind this layer right here is a background that is just all holo. So it was like too thin, so the holo shines through it. You can also see it with this one, just totally covering the whole card. Here with this Mew Delta species, and you can even see that even the Mew itself is covered in holo. So that's really cool. This one also happens to be an error. The Pokeball's upside down. Here's another. Again, these are really nice holo bleeds. They really just completely cover the card. And finally, this Gallade. It's kind of hard to see. It's easier to see in person. It looks a lot better in person, but you can see. And another way that you can collect, another kind of unique way too, is to collect these Shatter Foils. So you can see there, these are included in theme deck exclusives. Kind of the light's really shining off it, but you can see in the background it has that cracked ice holo, they call it, or Shatterfoil. Here's Zoroark. It looks pretty cool, just to have something kind of different and unique. And again, I think having a binder full of these shadow foils together, and the cool thing about it is they're from various sets, so you kind of get this whole feel of different, among different sets, kind of like promo sets where they're released at different times. So you're kind of getting the unique feel of different sets all kind of together in one collection, which is pretty cool. Umbreon. And then this also speaks to the fact that people can collect by individual Pokemon too. Like you saw that Umbreon there. Some people want to collect all evolutions and all the different variations of evolutions. So this would go great in a kind of collection like that. Also for people that want to collect the starter Pokemon, because this is just another way to collect too, just to kind of collect all of the different variations of the first 3 starters, Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, and to collect their iterations across the sets to see how the artwork evolves over time would be an interesting set. Another way is to collect certain secret rares, like complete Gold Star sets. And this is the Gold Star Flareon. This is a lower grade, so you can get it a little cheaper. I'll be listing it on my store pretty soon. And then also alongside, and also, so these I just wanted to kind of highlight as well, because they're just not the kind of cards that you see all the time. They're not the cards that are all up in your face and super popular and everyone's going after, but they are really unique cards to add to a set, and they're the type of Pokemon that people like to collect. So this is a Gyarados Holo. Light is really, so you can see there, and these are all rare holos, and they're all kind of like the middle of the pack in terms of, you know, they're from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum sets, so they're, you know, not as common as some of the newer ones, but and they're kind of a overlooked era right now. Not a lot of people are collecting these sets incomplete yet. They just don't have that type of exposure yet. But as you can see, some of these cards in these sets are really cool cards. Here is the, dang, this is really, there we go. There's a nice Dragonite. There's an Alakazam. Celebi from the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. And a Blastoise. And you know, these cards are fairly inexpensive. I mean, they're around the $5 range usually, so they're inexpensive. Most people can afford these. Low level of commitment to make the purchase, and you get a really cool, unique card to your collection that you might not have even known existed. A lot of these cards I saw for my first time, just because they're a little bit more obscure of cards. Here's another type of card where Ninetales is the kind of card that people are going to collect for the individual Pokemon in Ninetales, and have a complete Ninetales collection. Here's a really nice Ninetales art, as well as this one right here. And also alongside those lines, Arcanines. There's a very unique Arcanine artwork, surrounded in fire. And another is kind of 3D look, somewhat realism. And there's also things like the unknowns. Here's the Alpha Lithograph 4 and 1. It's kind of cool, you know, very different kind of feel than a normal Pokemon card. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you for right now. So just different ideas on ways to collect, and there's obviously going to be more ways than this, and you can just kind of think of how you want to do it. It's completely up to you if you want to like mix you know, different ways to collect, but you can totally customize the way that you collect Pokemon into the way that you prefer. And I also just wanted to kind of show you some of these cards to see if you maybe haven't seen some of these kind of more obscure rare holo cards and would want to add them to your collection. And hopefully you saw a card that you weren't aware of and you liked. And if you are interested in it, please feel free to check out my store at MyManJustins Collectible Emporium. User MyManJustin on eBay. And if you have a collection that you would be interested in selling, I'm always buying collections. I'd be happy to speak with you about it and see if we can negotiate a deal. You can leave a message on YouTube or message me on eBay or message me on Instagram at MyManJustins_collectibles. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks.